PlayStation loves to randomly drop games to their classic catalog. Well, today I will be giving my top 5 PS2 games that I would love to see come to the digital store. I got an interesting list that you will not find anywhere else. And by the end of this video, I'm sure some of you are glad that I don't have a say with what games drop. Calm down, it's not that bad. It's just some personal favorites from when I was a kid. So nostalgia has entered the chat. Number 5. Barnyard. You play as a farm animal while also living the farm life. The story of the game is to make enough money by doing various things so you can create the best party barn and become the #1 party animal. It's that simple. I can't explain why I have core memories playing this game because I've never even seen the movie it's based on, but I do. I just recall it being a good time, and I would love to dust off my PS5 just so I can revisit this game. There's also this minigame where you either have to jump over or kick back a mud pipe. I would play this minigame for hours as a kid. To be honest, the minigame kind of feels like a scrapped idea from the Crash Bash game. But not before 5 is number 4. Challenge Showdown is one of my all-time favorite cartoons, so I might be a bit biased with thinking this game is good, but I personally, on everything, do not think this game is bad. I also played it a lot as a kid, so forgive me for letting the nostalgia take over, but I would have this game on repeat. I love the absolute shouting out of this game. The gameplay is simple though. It's basically just a beat 'em up. It's like a hack and slash, but for kids. But what was cool about this game is that the characters having different elemental powers. Kind of like Avatar, but far more goofy and not blue. And you could unlock so many different Shangan Woos. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a talisman but with a specific power. You shout the name of the Shangan Woo and then it activates. There's one called the Monkey Staff, and it gives you the abilities of a monkey, and it gives you a tail. But that's just a weird example. They all don't involve becoming an animal. I promise you the show is no furry shit. Wait, can a monkey be a fursona? I don't even want to get into it. The showdowns in this game are pretty cool too. They can be very intense at times. As a kid, they had a lot of replay value. Especially if you have friends or siblings willing to play. Which I did not. So add this game to the PlayStation catalog, and now I got friends that I can finally play with. And we can play together, you know, as long as you add online support. But it's 2026, why would you not add online support? Number 3. We had a Nickelodeon game, a Cartoon Network game. Well, now let's get an MTV game going. As a late 90s kid, fucking course, I loved Jackass. And I've never been more hyped in my life than sitting on the sofa one afternoon and seeing this game being advertised on TV. Talk about a sofa cushion being worn out from the hype to jumping up and down. Listen, I really enjoy playing this game, and I mean that. Was it because I was a young teenager? Maybe. I don't know. But it's sad that nowadays I see a lot of people compare this game to shovelware. But to be honest, it kind of is, but in a chaotic way. The Jackass humor is there, you know, with all the pottiness, and it's so raunchy. Like, what's not to love? Is it a masterpiece of a video game? Not at all. I mean, it's just a collection of minigames, but all the minigames are just so ridiculous. The shit in this game is not something that you would see in some ordinary video game. They really went balls to the walls. I honestly believe they did what they could with what they had. The Backyard Slingshot game was one of my favorites. I love seeing how I can make the characters ragdoll off of various objects. I don't know, for the game to be considered shovelware, it does seem to have a lot of care and thought that went into it as well. Let's just say, this is the best shovelware game ever made.
That option to bail out is something I wish that we actually had in real life. Can't you think of many times where you wish you could just say, I'm out of here, dude. But
I can think of this time last night when this girl was giving me with some up KY.
Is that in the video game?
One of the major issues people had with this game, there was no Bam Margera, which is ironic because people had the same issue with the last 2 movies. In this case, you can blame Activision. They had a contract with Bam for the Tony Hawk skateboarding games, and they just refused to play ball with the people making the Jackass game. So here's another example where we can all get together and chant, fuck Activision, because Activision is the worst. But if there's one thing they're best at, it is being the worst. Feel me? But I do recall seeing rumors online Bam was a hidden character, and my kid brain was definitely tricked by him. Like, I would spend hours doing every little thing I could find online before coming to the realization that I was just being punked. Probably Ashton Kutcher on all the fucking gaming message boards. What an asshole.
Ow! Ow!
Jackass number 2 was probably the best one, but speaking of number 2s, Ultimate Spider-Man. The first and only game on this list that I've never played. The game just looks really cool, and I see a lot of people saying it's really good, and I feel like I missed out. So please drop it on the PS5 so I can feel included when this game comes up in discussions. Has there been another Spider-Man game that captures the spirit and art style of the comics as much as this game? I don't think so. And apparently you can play as Venom. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. But if we can't get Ultimate Spider-Man, then give us the OG Spider-Man 2, which was based on one of the best Spider-Man movies ever made. I've personally never played this game, but a lot of people to this day will still swear it's the best Spider-Man game ever made. So come on, Sony. Let me get a crack at it. I forgot how to count, so number 2 was a twofer. But no more bending the rules, because number 1 is truly number 1. Ape Escape 3. That's right, the third installment of Ape Escape. This is really a case of saving the best for last. And just so happens to be my all-time favorite video game of all time. Of all time. Yes, my all-time favorite video game of all time. God, these fucking hemorrhoids are getting to me. I love 1, and I love 2. But fuck, man, they are nothing compared to the third one, in my opinion. The theme for 1 is time travel, 2 is just countries or places around the world, while 3 is about television, and I personally always love that theme the most. The apes have escaped once again, but this time they are taking over television and turning everyone into zombies. So it's up to you to track them down in different TV stations. If there was ever an Ape Escape 4, the theme would have to be video games. It sucks people would just end up calling it an Astrobot clone, but I'm still pushing for that game to be made. But back to the original topic, Sony gave us 1 and 2, so I think it is now time to complete the trilogy. And I'm not sure why it's taken so long. They added Ape Escape 2 on the PS4 back in August 2016. It's about to be 10 years, a whole decade of ass eating, and we still haven't got an Ape Escape 3 on the PS4, 5. Sony actually had the perfect opportunity to add this game not too long ago. If you didn't know, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater got a complete remake, which also included an Ape Escape minigame from the original Snake Eater game, which included an Ape Escape minigame that was in the original Snake Eater. At the time these two games originally released, Snake Eater had an Ape Escape minigame, and Ape Escape 3 had a whole ass Solid Snake mini story game where you play as a solid snake, but as a monkey. It was pretty neato and something you just wouldn't see at the time. 2 games in completely different genres doing a collab in this scope. So yeah, Sony dropped the ball by not dropping Ape Escape 3 around the release of the Snake Eater remake. All the other games I mentioned in this video, I completely understand why they're not available to buy digitally, because Sony don't own those games. But Ape Escape 3, there's literally no excuse. But alright, there we have it with my top 5 PS2 games that I would love to see be dropped on the PS5. Feel free to leave your top 5 in the comments, or you can even criticize me for my top 5. I'm sure I got some interesting choices, but it's just all opinions here, so I would love to hear yours. But while you're down there, be sure to like the video and subscribe in order to stay up to date with my opinions. And for my Crowbar warriors, don't you all worry, the next video will prioritize a crowbar in some way. Thank you all for watching and listening.
Ah, it smells like Mom. Mom?
Out with the bang and the fish and meme. Suck a dick with some fangs. If you like what you see, you can be my next sub and jingle my bell. Stupid ass bitch, better buy what I sell. We the Crowbar gang and it's Crowbar's up. It is sport night, all night. Time is almost up, so click on the video. What are you doing, you stupid